But the main purpose of this video is to show y'all just when your little heaters quit, don't just throw them away. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Papaw's Place. As always, if this is your first time here, thanks for dropping in. Feel free to drop in anytime you feel, my friend. Guys, today I'm going to try to give y'all a quick little tip lesson here that'll help you save you some money in the long run. Now, what I got yesterday afternoon, I went and got in my deer stand, and yesterday morning it was 19 degrees, so I didn't hunt. Too cold for me. Then yesterday afternoon, I went to a ground blind, and I had this little hand heater. This is a homemade jig, but what I'm going to be doing here is the same principle for portable heaters, portable torches, heaters like below y'all right here. I'll show you little heaters like that. And when I got ready to light this little handheld DIY modified hand heater of mine here, I had for years, and I done this after we get it cleaned out and working, and we'll talk about why I done this. But what this valve's off of, and I'll pop a picture up here of one of the little heaters it's actually off of. But I went to light it and wouldn't nothing happen. Wouldn't no gas go through here. And these things get corroded inside here, the jets. Just like a jet on a carburetor on a lawnmower, it has jets in it. And you can take these apart and clean them jets out to where a lot of people just throws the heaters away. Now that heater I just showed y'all sitting down below here, done the same thing this year. I had it in my side-by-side rigged up. So I had to put another one in there, and then I one day took this one apart that's below y'all's feet down there, keeping me warm in here. And I had to clean it out to get it working, and then yesterday this one done the same thing. Now you can do the same deal on these right here. You just got to take all this housing apart to get in there to the valve, and it's a little more complicated than these. I don't like these heaters they make nowadays. I like the old style, just like the one below y'all's feet or the one right here in this picture. But they make things more complicated, and it's more safety features they have to put on there, and all that crap makes them more expensive than it was back in the day when they were simple. But I'm gonna get y'all over here close, and I'm gonna show you how to disassemble one of these, because all the valves is basically the same. Now some of them's not where you can take it apart. You can try to clean it just by sticking your torch tip cleaner wires through there and stuff. But most of them you can take this first jet out, but a lot of them you can't get to the second jet. But the majority of the old ones I got, you can still do this and not throw your heater away. So one of the first things you want to do is take this little needle right here at the end. And they got different sizes on here. I think this one here, let me look on this wrench. 5/16 is what fits this one. And it's with everything, lefty's loosey. Once you break it loose, then you can unscrew it with your hand. And guys, watch out, there's usually a little washer right there under there. But you should be able to see through that, and if you can't, just take you a torch tip cleaner, piece of wire or something that'll fit through there. Now this one I can see through, so I know this ain't the problem. But I'm gonna go on and clean it out with a torch tip cleaner anyway. Also, I've used carburetor cleaner and brake cleaner when doing this before too. So that's good and cleaned out. The next thing on this one, you can remove the valve right here. I'm just using one of these adjustable wrenches here because I usually don't put them on that tight. You can unscrew your valve. You see the end of that valve had a little bit of black crud on it. Clean that off. Next thing on this one, now I already broke this loose. I had to get over a while ago with a pair of channel locks and a monkey wrench, I'd call it. That's a pipe wrench put on there to break this loose, but you can break that loose and it unscrews. And then there's your main jet. Now the jet on this one, I think that is a, what this size is that? But like I said, it don't matter what it is on mine because they done changed. Maybe a number 7mm. Lefty loosey. Take your torch tip cleaner and see if you can get any crud out of that hole, because I can't see through it. I'm looking up at the light. Here's the jet we just took out. It'll need cleaned. It's got a whole bunch of little bitty holes in it. I may have to soak that in carburetor cleaner. May not be able to see through this part of it. I can put it to my mouth and hold my finger over here where we remove the valve, and I can blow through it, so you ain't gonna be able to see through that part. But here's where the issue is. See how corroded that is right there? It's corroded over. It's got a little O-ring on it, looks like. I'm gonna take that little O-ring off. And I'm going to put this in some carburetor cleaner and soak it. I'm just using some, what I had on hand here. Just choking carburetor cleaner. Watch your eyes. You don't want this to come back in your eyes, because I've done that before. And I'm going to spray some enough to cover that little jet. And I'm going to let it sit here a while and soak. And then I'll get me a little bitty wire and see if I can start punching them holes out in a little while. And I'll get back with y'all. But after it's soaked a while, I may have to go get another set of tip cleaners out of the torch tip box. Because these here, I think I done broke the little bitty wire. Yeah, that wire's too big to go through any of them holes. Now I'm just taking it and just scraping the crud off the end, the other end down there. We're gonna put it in there and let it soak a while. Alright guys, while this was soaking, I actually took some needle nose here and held on to it and took a toothbrush, dipped in that carburetor cleaner and sat there and brushed. The holes is so little I ain't got no wire to go in them, but I took it outside with the carburetor cleaner, held it with my needle nose and put it up there and sprayed and sprayed and sprayed. So now we're gonna go back together with it and see if it works. Now, I already put the O-ring back on there before I forgot. So we're going to screw that in. You don't need to tighten these down tight, just barely snug them because it's brass. Screw your valve back in. You can see how tight I'm doing it. I'm just using the needle nose. Then we're going to put this here is more than just a little jet. This here has actually got to be on there, because when you stick it in the bottle, let me get another bottle. Your little propane bottles here where the hole, this has got to go in that hole, because it's like a valve. It has to push open down in there. So you can't get by without this piece. that up in there. Screw this back on there. Make sure to close your valve. First, I'm gonna get this carburetor cleaner out of here because it's flammable. Now we're gonna screw this on this bottle. And we may have a little extra fire here at first where that carburetor cleaner is still in here, because I sprayed all that while I was outside a while ago. But if it is, don't panic. There's my little hand heater. Now the reason I made this little hand heater many years ago, this thing's probably 15, 18 years old. All your little heaters that I've ever owned made too much racket in the deer stand. And I ain't talking about no big box stand that's enclosed. I'm talking about a ground blind or sitting out there by a tree, because we bought a mile back in the woods and stay all day, and you just wanted something to warm your hands. With this, you can be sitting there with it right down between your legs. Even I've had used this in my climbing stand before. Sitting right down below between my feet. That little heat off that, and see how low I can turn it down, and you don't hear nothing. Or you can turn it on up. Now you hear it when you turn it on up, but if you need to warm up and kind of warm your body and face and ears all up, just make sure you don't catch your clothes on fire. But I done that years ago, and this has been one of my favorite little hunting heaters. And that ain't the first time that I've had to take it apart to get the corrosion off of it. Now on the top right here, what I did, the old heater had burnt the screen out on it. I'll pop a picture up again and show you what style it was. It burnt the screen out on it, and that's when I come up with that idea. I said, this will work great in a deer stand. I just welded a piece of pipe with my wire welder onto the spout right here. I put a bolt, a little short bolt right on top of that pipe that would just fit in there, and tack welded it, but left them little holes for the fumes to come out to make you a little flame. And that's been one of my favorite hunting heaters that I've ever owned, because like I said, I could use it in my climbing stand, just have it in my backpack, warm my hands, riding a four-wheeler in, you get cold, stop and light it, warm your hands up. And I have been in my deer stand, in my climber before, and pulled my rubber boots off, one at a time, pull my sock off and warm my sock and my feet, my toes, and stick my sock back on and slip the boot back on. All that up 20 foot up in a tree in a metal climbing stand. I'm not quite that limber anymore. I start trying to get my feet all up like that. Now my legs starts getting in a cramp. But it worked out great. But the main purpose of this video is to show y'all, just when your little heaters quit, don't just throw them away. You can easily take them apart, give them a quick cleaning, and you still got a good heater. It's no telling how many of them little heaters is thrown away yearly because of that corrosion on that one little jet ain't letting the fuel go through. And I just hate seeing people waste money, and that's what my channel is all about, is trying to give people tips, directions, and teach the youngs on how to do stuff and survive. But guys, if you like these little videos, please give me a thumbs up. And as always, hope y'all have a great day and a blessed week. God bless. See y'all next time.